Who did pay for this trip?
This was an officially cleared, congressional trip, cleared on a bipartisan basis. Yes, like every other trip.
I feel like I probably wouldn't leave, if I had kids, I wouldn't leave my kids with Tim Walz. That's like my personal feeling, but their people are very bizarre.
What concerns me is Van Halen never went to the border the last 4 years on Joe Biden.
And he didn't call her mother. He did not do this level of outreach. But for a man who was illegally here in the United States, he is pouring over himself.
Is that he's running for president. He wants to run for president.
Who did pay for this trip?
This was an officially cleared, congressional trip, cleared on a bipartisan basis. Yes, like every other trip.
Taxpayer dollars. That's your money. This is Senator Chris Van Hollen out of Maryland. He flew to El Salvador on taxpayer money. And apparently there are other Democrat senators that are going to do the same thing. What are your opinions of this? Before we get too far in the video, smash the like and subscribe button. And tell me in the comments down below, do you support Democrats flying to another country to meet with gang members, to meet with Tren de Aragua, a designated terrorist organization, and their members, and actually pandering to bring them back to America, where they caused all the problems, and they're causing problems on a daily basis? The Democrat Party is in a complete shambles. They are in a tailspin. And there's a lot of people that say they are getting exactly what they deserve. And I've got another clip here that I want to play for you that details exactly who the Democrat Party is, more importantly, who represents the Democrat Party.
I look at the Democrat Party right now, they have no talent. The Democrats who's selling their vision, have you ever looked at these people? I mean, have you ever looked at Tim Walz, for example, and thought, wow, that guy's inspiring? It's not me. I don't get the inspirational feel from Tim Walz. I feel like I probably wouldn't leave, if I had kids, I wouldn't leave my kids with Tim Walz. That's like my personal feeling, but they're...
What are your thoughts of Tim Walz? I mean, he's a little weird. Got the jazzy hands whenever he was on stage with Kamala. And this is a guy off of YouTube, Sean Mike Kelly. Not sure who he is, but I like what he's saying here. Democrat Party has lost the plot. And who's going to be their next pick? The American people don't pick Democrats. The Democrats, no matter who you vote for in the Democrat Party, they're going to put forward who they want. We saw that with Joe Biden get removed. Some would say against his will. I don't even know if Joe knew what the hell was going on. He damn sure didn't know what kind of things he was signing, according to all these pardons with the auto pen. Let's get back to this clip.
Their people are very bizarre, and I talked about this a couple of days ago, that their candidate quality is probably the worst it's ever been. And look at their bench and who's their talent. I don't think they have any talent. They thought AOC was going to be their rising star. She's totally fizzled out. She has no sway the way she used to. Obama has almost no pull, and we saw that he was out there every day campaigning against Trump, and he did absolutely nothing to help Kamala, maybe even hurt Kamala, because he went and lectured black men and said, you have to vote for Kamala because she's black.
You saw there, Barack Hussein Barry Soetoro Obama told young black men, you have to vote for Kamala because she's black. I don't know of any other method that the Democrat Party uses right now except trying to guilt people into doing what they want. And that's what Obama did. And he's losing his pull. He's losing his fizzle. Kamala could very well be the governor of California next. There are many people saying that AOC is the front runner for the Democrat nomination for 2028. And she hates the oligarchy. But her and, Bernie flying around on private jets seems a little oligarchical to me. What do you think about this? Next up, we've got Tom Homan, and he went on ABC's This Week, and he dropped the hammer. And this is the contrast that needs to be drawn between the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. And I don't even think anymore it's the Republican Party because we have way too many damn rhinos. But listen to what Tom says and tell me if you support what he's putting down.
Senator Van Hollen has obviously got a chance to meet with him, but he had to travel to El Salvador to get any information. Does that concern you at all? I mean, these are people sent by the United, in his case, sent by the United States, and not even a U.S. senator could get any information about his whereabouts.
He was not sent by the United States. He was sent on his own. And I've got some other ideas of why this Senator Chris Van Hollen went. And we'll talk about that after this clip.
Well, he obviously knew his whereabouts because he went there to see him. But you know what bothers me more than that is a U.S. Senator traveled to El Salvador on taxpayer dime to meet with an MS-13 gang member, public safety threat. I mean, in the meantime, the day before he traveled, an illegal alien was arrested from released to the streets rather than honoring an ICE detainer in his very own state. What concerns me is Van Hollen never went to the border the last 4 years on Joe Biden.
Senator Chris Van Hollen's never been to the southern border. Wonder why not? I mean, if he wants to keep his people here, keep his people happy, why not go to the border and try to shut it down and keep the bad guys from coming in? This El Salvadorian criminal, I mean, if he comes back, he's going to get deported again. But I don't think the president of El Salvador is going to let him out. I don't think he's going to let him come back and be any other problems to us.
What shocks me is he's remained silent on the travesty that happened on our southern border. Many people died. Thousands of people died. I've met with hundreds of angel moms and dads who buried their children. And how many angel moms and dads has he met in the state of Maryland? That's what concerns me.
This was a photo op, a very expensive photo op with some margaritas and some Mai Tais, and it seems to be blowing up in his face because the Democrat Party is crumbling.
Hit Van Hollen. Rachel Morin was a constituent of his, and he didn't call her mother. He did not do this level of outreach, but for a man who was illegally here in the United States, he is pouring over himself, flying abroad to make sure that this man is taken care of. But his actual constituents, the citizens of the United States, those people didn't matter to him. So Republicans will continue to win this argument because Van Hollen and Democrats just don't get it.
Well, I actually, no, I think it's a great story if you're saying people grabbed off the street without.
Even Chuck Todd can't explain this. He admits it's wrong. Now, you saw the gal at the end, people getting snatched off the streets. Yeah, we haven't seen that. We're not going to see that. The people that are getting snatched up off the streets are actual criminals. They broke the law. They violated our laws by coming here illegally. And even Chuck Todd can't deny it. He knows that the Democrat Party's days are numbered. I've got a little clip here from The Five with Katie Pavlich, and she nails it. She explains specifically why Senator Chris Van Hollen went to El Salvador. It's going to blow your mind.
The question that Dana asked was, why did Chris Van Hollen pick this particular person to completely defend, to go to El Salvador to have this big show? The question about why he's doing this comes back to me, because it's hard to wrap your brain around why he would do this, is that he's running for president. He wants to run for president. So
Senator Chris Van Hollen is probably looking to run for president of the United States in 2028, or at least throwing his hat in, maybe his sombrero. But it's very obvious that he did not say citizens. He said residents. That's people that are here. People that are here illegally count in that word, residents. Love to get your take on this. Do you think this is a Chris Van Hollen campaign tour to a violent country full of potential Democrat voters? I do. Katie Pavlich nailed it. There's no denying what the Democrat Party is up to. They are always looking to gain more voters. They don't care if they're legal. They don't care if they're registered. They don't care if they have voter ID. They don't care if they can speak the language or even if they should be here. If they can go in and push a button, or more importantly, fill out a mail-in ballot that they maybe should not have received, that's all they care about, guys.
2 Mexican citizens are facing federal charges after they were allegedly traveling in a car carrying 180,000 rounds of ammunition in southern Colorado. According to the criminal complaint, Martinez Solis and Ivan Amador Gaviria were arrested after a Fremont County deputy pulled them over in Canyon City for not dimming their headlights as they drove by. Officers found 180 boxes of ammunition, each of which contained 1,000 rounds. There were approximately 150 boxes of .308 ammunition, a common hunting round, and about 30 boxes of .762 ammo, which is commonly used in AK-47s.
Well, I'll be damned. They were just planning a little hunting trip with some AKs and some .308s. right? In southern Colorado with a truck. Sounds like a good weekend. I mean, hunting season's been over for a couple of weeks, but I'm sure they're just prepping their elk camp for next season, right? Where's Chris Van Hollen? Where is the governor? Where's the senator from Colorado that should be protecting these people here? This is a hell of a story for the Democrats. I am waiting for the first one to fly to Colorado to talk with them in prison and have a couple of mocha chocoladas out there, maybe smoke some of the devil's lettuce. This is who the Democrat Party is protecting, guys.
Risk of being harmed by. I'm asking you. Who could he be risked by? I don't know. But a rival gang. No.
He is at risk of being harmed by a rival gang. So if this Garcia guy was not a gang member, no other gangs would be worried about him. That's why he fled here. That's why his wife covered up his tattoos whenever they took some little Instagram selfies. I'm sure that was, before he beat her up and she got a protective order, right? Now, this is the Democrat Party's method. This is a tweet from 2021 from Timu Obama, Dollar Store Obama, Hakeem Jeffries. Lock up Kyle Rittenhouse and throw away the key. The people screaming about due process won't give you any when they have power. Never forget that, guys. Never forget the Democrat Party, who they work for, who they care about, and more importantly, what the hell they'll do to you. This is the leader of the Democrat Party, Hakeem Jeffries. Lock up Kyle Rittenhouse and throw away the key. To hell with court. To hell with, a judicial system. To hell with justice. Lock them up. Throw away the key. Guys, this is Vet Biker. I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. And if you're interested in checking out a video I put out earlier, you can check it out right here. And that video is all about the Democrat Party and what they owe the American people, because they owe you for all of the things that they allowed to happen under Biden and under Obama. Take care. I'll see you on the road.